Hey everyone, Padre Bolt 22 here. Thanks for coming by. This is week 4 of Kitty Claw Friday. The recordings of these streams will be exclusively here on my YouTube channel, but if you want to see them live, be sure to check me out on Twitch. I'll explain the rules here at the beginning. Now please enjoy the video. And we're here. It's Kitty Claw Friday! Exclamation point KCF. There we go. And all right, it's showing up on the stream, and that's great. We're here a little bit later. I had a lot of work to do today. Holy cow! I am just getting punched in the gut with school. a lot of papers due this week, and 2 out of 3 are done, so that's good. So here we are. This is week 4 of Kitty Claw Friday, a celebration of 1 month streaming, or 4 weeks worth. I'm calling that a month. I think that's fair. And what this is basically a silly little 30-minute event plus that I'm gonna do every Friday, and it's going to have it's going to involve me playing this game for 30 minutes. It is one of the hardest things to do in GTA. The win rate has been rumored to be as low as 1 in 1,000 on some of these toys. So it's just going to be banging my head against the wall for 30 minutes ish every week, just to hang out. If nobody comes in, this is just going to be a podcast, the PB cast, we'll call it. And it's going to be me talking about my week, talking about what's coming up next week, what are some things that are on my mind, usually what movies I've been seeing, because I love going to see the movies. Movies are one of my favorite things to do. And along with those 30 minutes, there's going to be 1 minute added for every follower that I get over that week. And I added an extra minute this week because we hit our goal, our first goal of 10. We're at 11, so we gained 2 this week plus 1, so 33 total minutes of playing this silly little game while me, PB, hangs out. This is actually my first night stream. First stream that's starting this late. It's 5 o'clock-ish here. And it's been a fun week. Fun week here. It's raining right now, surprisingly. It does not rain here very often at this point of year. It's humid. Holy cow, it's hot in here. I'm steaming. I'll say that. It's been weird day. A little bit of thunder. Again, not something we get out here very often. We've had a couple thunderstorms this month. We had a huge one. I mean, I'm sure some people will hear that and go like, "Oh, huge," but like for us, it was huge. Like about a week, 2 weeks ago, that was just crazy. It was the whole lighting up your house all night kind of storm. It's crazy. Um, a little bit glad we're getting rain. There was a fire up north, and all that takes care of that for sure. The air quality's been a little bit poor because of the smoke, so that's been a little bit of a bummer. Uh, it's the weird changing of the seasons time of year. There's going to be some weirdness in the weather. Allergies are coming soon, etc., etc. So, PB, what did I do this week? What I did this week, I had 3 wonderful streams. Some great people came out. I'm just about finished with my first year of Stardew Valley. There's 1 day left when I come back on Monday. That's exciting. It's exciting to see that things are really coming together. I think I'm making good progress in that game, and fun progress. That's important to me. Little thing that's been on my mind is what do I want to do long term, and I do want to keep playing Stardew for a while. But I've been thinking about other games to play eventually. I've been interested in Pokemon. I think that would be fun. Maybe a randomized Pokemon playthrough, with some of those more hardcore rules. It'll be interesting going back to that after it's probably been 10 years since I've played a Pokemon game. But I'm thinking about leaning into Nintendo a little bit more now that I think my era of playing the PlayStation is coming to an end. I'm looking forward to the Kirby game that was announced this week. Nintendo Direct this week. That's news. I'm not gonna say exciting news. Some of it's interesting, but like, of course, it's like, oh, here's more footage of Splatoon. It's like no Mario Kart, no Breath of the Wild, nothing about that. I really want to get news about Breath of the Wild 2. I'm crossing my fingers. It's summer, maybe fall 22. I'm getting the feeling it's going to be winter. You know, it is what it is. We were definitely hoping for it by now, but I think we're good. I think we're good waiting for it for now. That's another thing I might be interested in doing on stream. I've always been interested in trying to play Breath of the Wild with no HUD, which means no map and maybe no like inventory. We'll see about that part, but playing it without a map sounds kind of cool, and trying to guide my way around just by landmarks and speaking to NPCs, because apparently there is the game is designed to be able to be played that way. The NPCs give you directional and landmark directions. So if you didn't have a map, you could conceivably play through that game. Definitely a cool idea. I don't know how great a idea that would be to stream, but I'll have to think on that. It's something that I think is interesting. I don't know if other people would. Maybe when Breath of the Wild 2 is coming soon, I might jump into that. Maybe that'll gain a little bit more traction. Would be neat. As for what I did this week outside of streaming, I did see 2 movies. I saw the Ghost in the Shell IMAX re-release, which, boy oh boy, I hadn't seen that movie in 10 years as well, and it's a lot more of a bummer seeing it as more I don't want to say intellectual, because that's it's you get what I mean. It's a little too smarmy, but someone who understands more of the themes and tones. It's pretty heavy, and it leaves you with a lot to think about, and I spent a little too much time staying up at night in my bed thinking about that, not being able to sleep, and it really makes you think. It makes you think. It's a beautiful movie. Even though it's from '95, it's incredibly impressive, technically impressive, visually impressive. Are those the same things? But the story is super interesting. It's great food for thought. And then, in addition to that, I saw a movie called Cry Macho with Clint Eastwood, which is the opposite. Strange movie. Let me pull the mic out a little bit more. If this is just podcast mode, I might as well get my voice a little bit clearer. Is the mic pointed towards me? It's not. I'm sorry if you can hear me punching the mic a little bit. There we go. Now it's aimed a little bit more at my mouth, so my voice should come through directly into the mic and not into the top of the mic or the side. Cry Macho. Odd pacing. It was just like, here's stuff going on. Here's an event over immediately. Now we're just going back to the middle part. And it was a lot of middle part to that movie. A lot of middle part. Overall, I do like Clint Eastwood movies, but boy, he's getting old. It's a surprise that he can do as much as he does in those movies because, boy, he's really old. How old is Clint Eastwood? Here, I'll ask the Apple device while I'm doing this next one. Oops. I think I missed. No, not power off. How old is Clint Eastwood?
Here's what I found.
He was born in 1930. That makes him... Jeez Louise. He's in his 90s. That's crazy. I mean, hats off to him to being able to make a movie at that age. Um, I'm not dumb. I think I did that math right. 91. It's yeah, boy, that's impressive. I can't believe thinking about the people that I've known in their 90s and the idea of them having to go through the rigors of making a movie. Like that is like what the heck? How is that possible at all? Here. Here. And I mean, it's an okay movie. I got to see it for. I mean, I pay the upfront monthly, so I get unlimited movies. So that's not that big of a deal if I see a movie that's not very good. And like, I never walk out of movies. I've walked out of one movie my entire life. I'll save that story for another time. It's something that's a little bit more related to that. But you know, I think overall it's I wouldn't pay ticket of admission to go see it, honestly. Although Regal Theaters does have 650 tickets all day on Tuesdays, and like, boy, that's a considering how expensive tickets are out here. That's a pretty good deal. Most theaters should have that at Regal. I don't know if it's all of them, but most. Whew, and it is humid and hot here. We finally got away from the heat, but like that was dry heat, and now it's like just moderately warm here. But the humidity is just like, oh, well, let's come in now and make extend this summer uncomfortable. Hopefully you can't hear the fan on the microphone. I made sure it's not hitting the microphone directly, so it shouldn't be too bad. The microphone this one is actually pretty good at filtering out background noise because like I don't have the loudest computer, but you can hear it. If I'm speaking on like Zoom or Skype on like this little guy right here, that thing picks up the computer 100%. Like I feel bad for the people that had to listen to that prior, because I didn't know it was that bad until I tried recording something for YouTube with it, and it was just like all in the background. Like, oh, yikes. What movies am I interested in seeing in the upcoming week? I'm going to say the same thing as last week. The Aretha Franklin movie. Is it Aretha Franklin or Aretha Franklin? One of the two. That movie I have been putting off forever, and it's still hanging around in one theater near me. I might make the plunge and see it this week. My next week should be a little less hectic than this one. I had 3 papers due this week, and like not base level writing papers, some stuff that's a little bit more academically involved. And also, I'm trying my best to not just phone in the work I'm doing, so I can build upon that when I get to higher division classes. But no one's interested in that, so I'll move on from that. But I should have more time next week to go to the movies and enjoy myself. What movies came out this week? Blue Bayou came out this week. I think I'm not gonna see that. It's just not my cup of tea. The Card Counter, I haven't seen that yet. It's a little weird because Tiffany Haddish, at least from the preview, appears to be in a relatively serious role, and I'm not 100% down with that. she's one of those people that is just cursed with being funny, and when she tries not to be funny, it's like still a little funny, and if it's not, it's like, well, what's going on? Why is this not funny? Like the brain is used to her being funny. It's almost like seeing Will Ferrell in a serious movie. Shout out Will Ferrell. I'm sure he's watching. It's yeah, I'm interested how that goes. I don't have monumental expectations for that movie. Maybe not even moderate. I kind of expect to not love it, which is why I didn't see it week one. I know I've said I don't see movies week one, but ones that are not going to be very popular, like that one, I don't think it did well. I haven't actually checked the box office from last weekend, but I assume it didn't do well. I could have gone. Like, it wasn't going to be that busy of a theater. Like, boy, the IMAX theater, that's 700 seats, and there was like 6 people in the entire theater. Weird. Uh, I do think it's a good indicator of how a movie should be enjoyed and what you should expect going in my opinion, is would you see the movie with your mom? Because you need to go into with a different mindset if the answer is no. And Ghost in the Shell, my goodness, no. That unless you really like watching the female form, I'll call it that in the most PG way, with your parents, it's a little weird on that front. Like, I get why they do it. There's thematic points, and there's stuff that can be implied by that. I don't think anyone wants to hear my thoughts on cinema to that extent. So I'm not going to get too deep into that, because I could go for the remainder of the 16 minutes on the themes of Ghost in the Shell and all of that. It happens to be one of the papers I've recently written. Fingers crossed on a good grade on that one. I wrote a tremendous paper. If it doesn't get an A, that's is it my fault? I don't know. I want to say it's not my fault, but sometimes you just gotta learn. Okay, do your best on papers, but sometimes you gotta learn. Read the room, and in read the room, it's you read the professor. What can you infer that they're gonna want to see? And I think I did a good job with that, but we'll see. None of it was not my opinions. I'll say that. It was all things that I believe. I was not disingenuous in any way with that. But that's. I'm taking. If you're wondering why I'm writing a paper on Ghost in the Shell, a animated movie from 1995 from Japan, I'm taking a class on the history of science fiction, and science fiction cinema specifically. It's a super interesting class, a lot harder than I expected going in. If you use Rate My Professor, it's billed as an easy A, and I'll tell you it is not. I'm not mad at that, honestly. I sort of enjoy writing at a little bit more of an academic level. Again, I'm getting into a point that no one cares about. I should just move on from school. I also shouldn't be looking at myself in the video over here to my side. I do have 2 monitors, in case you were wondering. You can probably see them in my glasses at times. Boy, I don't know. If I get another set of glasses, I might have to ask about an anti-reflective coating, because you can 100% see it. And like, I turn the light off because I have a little bit more ambient light in the room today. Here, try not to, come on, light. I mean, you could see in my glasses how it's just like, it's blocking the view of my eyes, and I think it's a little impersonal. There's a lot of people who you don't see their faces on Twitch today, and I think that's not my niche. I think I would like to be more of a person that you can identify with, a real person who's having real facial reactions and emotions. Don't get me wrong, I love VTubers. I think that's a super awesome, cool technology. And I watch a few, but it's not my game. I'll say that. Here, I'm not gonna leave this on because holy cow! I mean, this is a little bit better. This is the natural lighting one. But again, you can still see the reflection in my glasses, and that's not awesome. Speaking of glasses, boy oh boy, they're expensive. Um, Off, please. There we go. Sorry for shaking the camera, but yeah, it's like what the heck? How can something that's so important to my daily life be so expensive? But like, and like, these are starting to get a little bit of wear on them. They are Oakleys, not the traditional Oakleys. They're not sunglasses or anything. I would love prescription sunglasses from Oakley, but like Oakleys are already expensive, and to get the prescriptions, you have to double it. It's a real punch in the gut when you look at the prices of those. But yeah, maybe maybe if I make good money someday, that would be something I'm interested in. You know what? I push the camera a little bit. Let's pull this over here. Okay. I should put batteries in this guy. Uh, that would actually be a pretty funny like channel points reward if I ever reach affiliate and can start having channel points. Uh, Making the dog sing, because he does sing, by the way. Spoiler alert. One day, hopefully everyone gets to see that. I think the camera looks okay today. I do. I'm not in the center of it. Maybe I should scoot. Excuse me, computer. Scoot over. I'm a little not into the mic as much, but I am centered, so we'll see. I'll double check the VOD after and see how that goes. And by the way, Kitty Claw Friday VODs, YouTube exclusives. I'm not going to leave those up on Twitch. They're going to be exclusive to YouTube. I'll re-upload them there. I upload historical pieces of the VODs almost every day. I took yesterday off just because of busy with school, but yeah, it's oops, boink. It's a cool way to just learn. I'm learning video editing through it a little bit. It's not complicated video editing, but it's what I can do. Give me 1 second, real quick. Bum, 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 bum. That is, if you were wondering and don't know what that is Halo, the Halo theme, which hilariously in a class that was introducing the subject of Hinduism, I'm taking the the video started with the theme from Halo. And it was like, where did this come from? What's going on? I don't know why I'm doing. What's the deal with airplane food voice on that? What's the deal with airplane food? Huh? Am I right? Am I right or am I right? But 9 minutes left. Time flies. I'll say that. When I get to the last 3 minutes, I'll do my normal thank you to the people that followed this week, and I will add on the extra 1 minute that I added due to hitting the follower goal from this week. We are going to what am I gonna do? We're gonna do 1 minute. I've already added it. 1 minute of going for Princess Robot Bubblegum, the pink one with the bow in the back, and that's supposedly the tied for the hardest to get with the Shiny Wasabi Kitty doll herself. If you've seen the previous weeks, I already have the pink and the green one. Those were weeks 1 and 2. Week 3, we didn't get anything. We're still working on this yellow guy. I I think this is I'm I enjoy doing this. It's a nice little podcast, get some thoughts out into the world. It would also be fun if somebody came in, but either way, I have a good time doing this. It's been it's been cool. I've done almost 2 hours of it so far through 4 weeks. In fact, I probably have, considering if you add all the times together, it's over 2 hours. So I literally have, not probably. Maybe I should slow down talking. I'm talking, I sound like I'm nervous. I'm not really nervous, but I think it might just be feeling dead air moment. There's that mental push to fill dead air when it arises. I've been thinking about getting this is first world problems, but I've been feeling constrained with only two monitors. So I might get a third one. We'll see about that. I would like to have my biggest thing is I kind of would like to have a centered monitor because you can't tell, but the camera is like 3/4 to the left on top of my big monitor that I'm using to play the game, and I think I would like to have it centered a little bit more. Then I could also rotate my seating position and face, because like this is the way the desk is over here, and I'm facing like all the way to the like I'm 45 degree angle, that is, on the computer. I also think I wouldn't. No one cares, but I'm leaning forward a little too much while doing this. Although I think maybe putting the center monitor might make that worse. What else? I've been saying we'll cross that bridge when we come to it a little too much this week and recently. And sometimes you leave yourself too many bridges to cross in the end. And I think that's a bad habit that I gotta stop doing. Not just saying the phrase over and over, because I'm certain it does get old. But I think that I gotta start getting more up on things. I gotta be decisive and do things when they need to be done. I think everyone needs to do that. I think procrastinating is not something unique to me, of course. I also shouldn't be doing like new broadcast news voice as often as I'm doing right now. It's 5 minutes left. Wow, this went crazy fast. I'll say I must have had more to talk about or something this week, because I definitely struggled the previous weeks a little bit more to have something to talk about through this time. I'm happy that I'm not getting hit by a fake raid or fake followers, because I'm playing. This is the one time a week I'm playing a popular game, and sometimes you really get nailed with that on Twitch. But that's good news. Good news. 2 weeks in a row I haven't had any problems. After the first 2 weeks I did. Those IP grabbers are cringe. I don't think anyone here wants to hear me talk about Chris Chan. I'll spare you from that. But what else have I been thinking about this week? I'm not gonna run out of things with 4 minutes to go. I won't do that. I showed the dogs for the first time on yesterday's stream. I don't know how many people were there to see that. The VOD's still around if you want to look through it. I believe it's around the half-hour mark. It's somewhere near the beginning, like within the first hour of the 3. It's I showed 2 of the 3, to be clear. I showed the girls. They were hanging out. They were pretty mad to be in here, honestly. They I'm not their favorite in the house, I'll say that. But it's maybe next Kitty Claw Friday I'll bring a dog for a guest appearance. That I've also thought that might be an interesting what do you call them? Interesting channel points reward. Find dog. the first time I've shown my controller. Probably I'm playing on a PS4 controller. It's I don't know. I'm split on whether I like keyboard and mouse or controller better, but that's neither here nor there. And with that, we are hitting our bonus time. Bonus time. We are so this week I want to say a special thank you to TG Breezy and Mistress Tess for following. Thank you guys for following, and thank you everyone who has followed for letting me reach my first goal of 10 followers, and I got to do that in less than a month. To me, that's exciting. I'm pumped that anyone wants to come out and see what I'm doing. It makes me super happy when people want to come hang out. Good times all around. Thank you guys so much for coming out. This is been a blast. A month of streaming. It's not as hard or as easy as I thought it was. I know that's a paradox, but there's definitely times where it's easier than I thought. I thought I would be fumbling over my words a little bit more. I definitely say a little too much. I don't want to do that. It's not a nervous take, but it's just like a filler words that I don't need to be doing. It's a little overboard. I do it too much. But it's been easier in that I can mostly go for the full 3 hours of streaming. Would I add a fourth? I don't know yet. I don't think for Stardew. I think the 3-hour format's working pretty good for Stardew. Maybe like if a new game comes out, I'll go over that. Like Breath of the Wild 2, I'll blow past 3 hours if provided I'm not getting crushed with school or something. But that, I mean, boy, I would be so excited to play that. I don't think streaming would ruin my experience of that. I don't know, maybe people would come and do spoilers and stuff, but it is what it is. It happens. You live. So here we're hitting the last minutes, and we are going for the princess herself, Princess Robot Bubblegum. This is a special minute. Either 1 in 500 or 1 in 1,000 odds that this hits. It's not super likely, and that's why Shiny Wasabi Kitty Claw is one of the hardest mini games in GTA 5, because there's no skill. As long as you touch the toy, you have a chance to pick it up. It's not getting it in the center. If you look at the VODs, the first one, I was not even close to the center, and I got it. Second try of the first stream, by the way, which was hilarious. But got 10 seconds left. I'm going to give one more after this. Let's keep it going. I don't want to do that. That's a bad tick. Don't want to extend words. So with this, I'm going to say thank you, everyone. Thank you so much to everyone that followed this week. Thank you to those that have followed overall, those who have come and hung out during the week. That's going to do it for this week's Kitty Claw Friday. I'll see you all Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 Eastern. I can do math. And thank you again. I'll see you next week. Well, we didn't get it this week, but hey, we'll be back at it same time next week to go again. Go follow me on Twitch to add one more minute to next week's Kitty Claw Friday. If you want to see more here on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. And don't forget to check out the next video. Now stay safe and stay lucky. This is Padre Bolt 22, and I'll see you next time.